to get a stream in. You know, I got a little ways before I get to the house, so got to get a stream in. I'm going to talk, I'm going to talk about Tank, Devin Haney, and then I'm going to end the video with Claressa Shields, because I just got a lot to say about Claressa Shields. I really do, because Claressa Shields is just like, she really is about to make an epic mistake in her career, and how she gonna just push people away from her. But I'm gonna talk about that towards the end of the video, so but anyway, let's get going. So like I said, man, I'm just one of these dudes. I'm a realist. Some people can't take what I have to say, but that's just too damn bad, because I just have to speak what's on my mind, especially when it comes to boxing, because at the end of the day, it's just so much bullshit that's just going on in boxing, whether it comes from the fighters, whether it comes from the promoters, whether it comes from the so-called critics, the fans, whatever the case may be. It's just always some kind of BS involved when it comes to this boxing. It's already frustrating that you can't get the damn fights that you want. You gotta beg, you gotta beg, you gotta plead, it's just nerve-wracking. So I talked about this Tank Davis, Mario Barrios fight. Now, I said I hope it's not a title fight if it's at a catchweight, because I don't like it. And Mario Barrios kind of isn't a real champion. It's sort of like a secondary belt. It really is. But Mario Barrios has a name. Mario Barrios is a good fighter. And I think if Tank, and he's an undefeated fighter, and I think if Tank can go up there and beat him, I think that'll be amazing. But at the end of the day, we already know people are standing in line to criticize Tank. Now, does Tank deserve some of the criticism he's got? Yeah, absolutely. Because there were better fights out there for him, and he didn't take them. Like I said before, I think he owed it to the DMV to take a fight with Gary Russell Jr. It would have been fun. It would have been great. People would have got up for it. But as I said before, Floyd and Al Haymon is all about putting Tank in the ring with anybody but black fighters. And as I said before, I'm going to continue to call Al Haymon, Floyd Mayweather, and the PBC out on this. It's a blatant disrespect to a lot of the black fighters that's out there and the brothers. And let's not play these games that boxing isn't about race. But don't get me wrong. It's cool when other nationalities fight, but then sometimes you want to see a black versus black, as well as you want to see a Mexican versus Mexican. I want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez. The same way I want to see Tank versus Gary Russell Jr. What made people think that Tank is going to blow through Gary Russell Jr.? People making it look like that's going to be an easy fight for Tank. And it's not. We do agree that Gary Russell Jr. would have beat Leo Santa Cruz if they would have fought. Most of us believe Gary Russell Jr. would have won that fight. Keep in mind, Gary Russell Jr.'s only loss is to overrated ass Lomachenko. I'm not going to go into the details of the Gary Russell Jr. fight. Keep in mind, Lomachenko won a majority decision. Now, had Gary Russell Jr. got granted that knockdown, because he dropped Lomachenko. He clearly dropped Lomachenko. And it wasn't counted as a knockdown. He clearly dropped him. that fight wasn't the blowout that everybody made it out to be. But Lomachenko already said he's not fighting Gary Russell Jr. again, and he's moved on. But I think Tank versus Gary Russell Jr. would have been a hell of a fight. Now, you would have probably made Tank a slight favorite to win because of his power, but I've never really seen a fight where Gary Russell Jr. was like really in serious trouble. I mean, so that would have been a great fight. But now we ain't never gonna find out because, like I said, and this is one of the issues I've had with Al Haymon. This is one of the reasons why sometimes a lot of people don't respect Floyd like they should, because they was like, well, damn, Floyd won't fight no brothers. I mean, that's fact. So, I mean, I would like for the fight to happen, man. But like I said, that's the PBC for you. That's Al Haymon for you. That's Floyd for you. That's just the bottom line. Now, I'm working on trying to get Teofimo's father on the show. I'm gonna try to get an interview with him. I got a busy day ahead of myself. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna go home and watch this damn Coming to America, do my review, because when you work these swing shift hours, it's just hard for you to go to sleep. So your sleep pattern is all screwed up. So I'm gonna do that, have that review, and I got some stuff coming up. I'm gonna have my man Justin McRae. He's a boxing consultant. He works closely with Top Rank. He's working with some other people right now. So we gonna talk a lot of boxing. He gonna break down some things, the current state of boxing. So we gonna talk about some possible matches and stuff that could possibly be made, So now you hearing that Bob Arum is going to try to make Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. Now, what does that mean? Does Bob Arum see something in Lomachenko that he could exploit versus Devin Haney? Or is he still pissed at Lomachenko for accusing him of trying to sabotage him of bribing the judges? And he just like, you know what, the hell with Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko's name value has decreased a lot. I think it's decreased a lot because that Teofimo Lopez fight, him losing, that was a big hit. Keep in mind, Lomachenko has under 20 fights. He already has 2 losses. But that's why the irony of him being considered at one time the best fighter on the planet was a joke. It was laughable. It was the most, like I said, it just didn't make any kind of sense. A dude who had less than 20 fights somehow, some way was the best fighter on the planet, and who had a loss to a dude with double-digit losses. The whole Lomachenko dynamic was a complete joke, but we all know why. They was trying to put Lomachenko on this high pedestal that he didn't deserve to be on in the first place. You're not the pound-for-pound best fighter on the planet if you lose to a guy with double-digit losses. That's just fact. Now, it would be interesting to see him versus Devin Haney. I would like to see that fight. If I was Devin Haney, I would use my size and I would use my strength to make Lomachenko feel uncomfortable. I would use the same formula that Teofimo Lopez used. Push Lomachenko back. beat him at his own game. Like I said before, Lomachenko does not like to fight on the inside. You have an advantage against Lomachenko because Lomachenko has very short arms. Well, if he get to fight, he better be ready. I've been telling you guys this for a while. Lomachenko is beatable. I said several times how you beat Lomachenko. I gave several blueprints on how you beat Lomachenko. Teofimo followed my blueprint. Force Lomachenko to go backwards. Be aggressive. Don't let him reset in the middle of the ring. And use your reach, use your height. Now, Teofimo Lopez, he got a little too cute at times, but he fought very well. Now, I give Lomachenko credit. He could have made it a more competitive fight, but Lomachenko didn't do nothing for the first 7 rounds. Now, I give Lomachenko credit. Lomachenko did, after the 8th round, win 3 rounds in a row. You could make an argument that he won 4. But Teofimo Lopez clearly won the first 7 rounds. Lomachenko had already dug himself in a hole. I gave Teofimo the first 7 rounds. I watched that fight twice. I gave Teofimo the first 7 rounds. So Lomachenko was already in. Lomachenko, unless he gets a knockout or he gets at least a knockdown every round, or at least in the next 4 rounds get 1 knockdown, he's going to lose that fight. So he already had lost the fight. Okay, so if you win the first 7 rounds, like I said, he already lost the fight. He already had lost the fight. Now, he did go on a run. And it looked like in the 9th or 10th round, it looked like he was on the verge of possibly stopping Teofimo. But Teofimo, he got it together. Now, you go to that 12th round, absolutely. Lomachenko looked like he was about to get stopped. When I say Lomachenko was about to get stopped, he looked like he was about to get stopped. And I say if Teofimo fights him again, he stops him. So, once again, and you really had dummies trying to say, oh, I thought it was a draw. Well, you a fucking idiot, and don't ever come on my channel again if you think that fight was a draw. Don't ever come on here again. How was it a draw when Teofimo Lopez won the first 7 rounds and he clearly won the 12th? And you can make an argument that he rallied to win the 11th. So how do you have that fight a draw? When worst case scenario is 8-4 Teofimo, best case scenario 9-3 Teofimo. So how in the hell do you have that fight a draw? I mean, his fans were just, I was just like, get out of here. Get out of here. I'll block one guy. I'll block one guy because I just knew he was just full of it. So once again, you lose the first 7 rounds and then you lose the 12th round. Clearly. May get stopped. I thought that was hilarious. I never thought, like I told y'all before, for those who listen to my channel, I never thought Lomachenko, I never thought he was that good. I watched him fight. If you look at the Linares fight when he got dropped, had Linares not got stopped, he was on the verge of winning that fight. You saw the writing on the wall with Lomachenko. I knew Teofimo was gonna beat him if it wasn't no foul. If it wasn't no foul play, I thought that. I thought that. I thought in my heart of hearts that Teofimo could beat him, but I thought that Lomachenko was gonna win a controversial split decision. I didn't. But then when I saw that fight, Teofimo just clearly won too many rounds. Clearly, and it would have been next to impossible to try to say Lomachenko won that fight. If they would have gave that fight to Lomachenko, that would have probably been one of the biggest robberies since Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis won, where Lennox Lewis clearly, without a shadow of a doubt, beat Evander Holyfield in that first fight. He clearly won 9 rounds to 3. And somehow they had that damn fight, and somehow they had that damn fight a draw. When nobody with common sense, it was no way you could have had that fight a draw. I gave the blueprint on how to beat Lomachenko several times. I watched him fight too many. Put pressure on Lomachenko. He can't fight backwards. He can't fight off the ropes. Lomachenko needs distance. He's a jump in, jump out type of fighter that likes to use angles at times. He's not going to fight you in the pocket close quarters. He may try to come in there and sneak an occasional body shot, but he's not going to fight you on the inside. For the most part, that's a disaster for him. Devin Haney need to watch 2 fights. He need to watch the Linares fight, and he need to watch the Teofimo Lopez fight. I've been saying that forever. That's how you beat Lomachenko. That's just real talk. Lomachenko is not going to fight. He's not going to fight Devin Haney on the inside. Devin Haney is going to need to sit on his punches at times. He's going to have to put pressure on Lomachenko. He's going to have to be aggressive towards Lomachenko. That's another thing Lomachenko don't like. He don't like aggressive fighters. Because if you keep Lomachenko in the middle of the ring, he may start picking you off. You got to make it a rough fight. You have to make him uncomfortable. That's what Linares had success doing. Salido damn sure had success. And, of course, Teofimo had success. That's what Devin is going to have to do. I may personally, I'm keeping it 100. I may personally help Bill with that fight. I'm not gonna work the corner or nothing, but I'm gonna look at tape. I'm gonna look at tape, look at Lomachenko's fights, look at the fights that he struggled in, and then I'm gonna help Bill with that fight. And I'm gonna help Devin win that fight. Not only is Devin gonna win that fight going away, he gonna stop Lomachenko. I'm gonna put him in. Devin Haney gonna stop Lomachenko. I promise you that. I promise you that. I'm gonna look at all type of tape. I'm gonna take notes. I'm gonna relay it to Bill. I'm gonna relay it to Devin, and I'm telling you, I know how to beat Lomachenko. I've been telling y'all for years how you beat Lomachenko. Pressure. Being aggressive. For real. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Shout out to Fanon for the donation. Appreciate that. But that's how you beat Lomachenko. Y'all keep forgetting. I covered Lomachenko's fights. Now, don't get me wrong. Lomachenko may be, he seemed like he an all right guy, but like I said, I had to look at him sideways because when his buddy Buslik, whatever the hell his name was, how they disrespected Adonis Stevenson, and then they tried to lie and act like well, they didn't try to lie. The fans was trying to lie and act like, oh, they didn't know that he was in a coma or that he was seriously hurt when they had the TV screen in the room looking right outside of the ring. Yes, they did. But when I interviewed Buslik, he did apologize, sorta. So that's okay. He said, you know what? I wasn't trying to hurt him. He said, you know. But that's okay, though, because Arthur Beterbiev, Arthur Beterbiev beat the living shit out of Buslik. Made the dude retire. Made the dude retire. Shows you that he can dish it out, but he can't take it. How do you lose your first fight and then you retire? He should never be respected for that. You lose your first fight and you retire. That just goes to show you how bad. Arthur Beterbiev whooped on him. But I already knew Arthur Beterbiev is a very dangerous puncher. And I'm saying his punches do real damage to you. When I was in Stockton, when I seen him fight Hot Rod, I was like, I'm talking about, I don't know if you guys saw when Hot Rod was like going back to his corner. I'm talking about he was shaking. And people like, I don't think he gonna be able to take much more of this. And that's why I was laughing when you had people thinking that Canelo was gonna fight Arthur Beterbiev. Sergey Kovalev won't even fight Arthur Beterbiev. So what? And from what I heard, he knocked Sergey Kovalev out not once but twice. Said he slept him. So what make you think that Canelo? What make you think Canelo go? Look, you see Canelo gave up that belt and then he sent one of his phantom contracts. Canelo is the king of phantom contracts. He got a real fucked up fax machine or whatever he using, or computer, because he the only one that had recollection of sending these contracts. Oh, I sent Arthur Beterbiev a contract. His team responded within like maybe 12 hours saying Canelo didn't send us nothing. And like I said before, I don't know why people be praising Canelo. Canelo showed to me, based off that bullshit fight that happened this past Saturday, he do not deserve to be the pound for pound best fighter on the planet. Oh, appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. But yeah, he showed. And like I said, Canelo been getting away with this for years. And that's why I said in that video, keep the same damn energy with Mario Barrios and Tank. Because how many championship fights did Canelo have where he put in some kind of catchweight clause or rehydration clause? Like I said, he won that fake belt from Sergey Kovalev in a fight that nobody gave a damn about, didn't want to see, just like nobody gave a damn about Manny Pacquiao and Ryan Garcia. Nobody asked for that fight. Nobody wanted that fight. Because all of us with common sense knew the common denominator. Manny Pacquiao was going to seriously hurt Ryan Garcia. One thing about Ryan Garcia, Ryan Garcia got this bad habit. Don't move his head. Because see, it's a little trick that I got taught. I ain't gonna say what trainer taught me this. Even when you throwing a punch, keep one of your hands up. Even when you throw a combinations, keep one of your hands up so you can draw it back, so you don't get quickly countered. And Ryan Garcia leave his head wide open. I'm gonna tell you right now, what happened to him in that fight against Luke Campbell is gonna happen again. Except this time he ain't gonna get up. Because if Tank hit him with that punch that I'm telling you, if Tank hit him with that punch he hit Leo Santa Cruz with, or if Ryan Garcia get hit with the punch that he got hit with by Luke Campbell, by Tank, he ain't getting up. He not gonna make that 10 count. Ryan Garcia, I'm telling you guys, he gonna get stretched. I see a lot of Amir Khan in him. He gonna get stretched. I promise you that. If he don't work on that habit, watch when he watch. Somebody with a good jab could bother Ryan Garcia. I keep trying to tell you, hand speed is overrated. You can neutralize hand speed. Didn't Danny Garcia do it versus Amir Khan? I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said this before, I have no interest in Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. I'm just keeping it 100. I do agree with what Jake Paul said. And the thing is with Jake Paul, some people say he's starting to grow on them. I just ain't never gonna like Jake Paul. I don't like guys like Jake Paul. I cannot stand dudes like Jake Paul, because Jake Paul is a raggedy ass white trash culture vulture. I cannot stand his raggedy ass. I can't stand dudes like him. I can't stand what he represents. But at the end of the day, he do make some points about Canelo. Yes, Canelo has, and that's the thing. It does bother me. I don't care what his fan base think. I don't give two rats asses about his fans being mad when you bring up, the mystery meat, because he is on record. He is documented for being caught cheating. And nobody believed that shit about that mystery meat. Because if that's the case, why you keep eating the shit? You could have got your meat from the States. You could have bought meat from the States. Just stop it. For real, man, just stop it, man. Like, miss me with the bullshit. For real, just stop it. Appreciate that. I'm just saying. I'm gonna be honest with you. Canelo ain't really fought no murderous puncher, except for Triple G, and he got buzzed by Triple G. When he got hit by Triple G, he had to fight. But I don't think Triple G is the murderous puncher that they made him out to be. Triple G was the dude that, you bought into the hype, because Daniel Jacobs said, man, he don't hit that damn hard. But when you buy into the fear that he this murderous puncher and you get tagged by him, then you start to, you know what I'm saying, your self-conscious make you think that you hurt worse than you really is. He got power, of course, but Canelo ain't fought like no murderous puncher. See, Artur Beterbiev, I promise you Canelo ain't gonna survive getting hit with them punches that Artur Beterbiev throw. And I think Canelo knew it too. He knew it. And that's why he didn't take that fight. If you look at the Sergey Kovalev fight, he got when Sergey Kovalev attempted to throw an actual lead right, and when he hit Canelo flush, Canelo froze. And when a dude freezes when he get hit, he like, I don't want to take too many more of them type of punches. Either I'ma start clinching, or I'ma make sure that I get off first. That's what Floyd did versus Sugar Shane Mosley in that first fight. When Floyd got tagged him 2 times, he was like, well, okay, I'm gonna have to just get off first. I can't get hit like that again. Because I'm gonna tell you, had Shane landed that same punch one more time, Floyd would have been in deep trouble. I watched that fight once a month. I watched the Cotto fight, and Floyd like grew a tail, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna bring the fight to him. I have to. I'm gonna have to fight him. I'm gonna fight him close quarters. I'm gonna counter him, and I'm gonna get off first. And that confused Shane when Floyd, like, after he got hit and Floyd started walking towards him. Like Floyd or not, that was one of the that was the genius that Floyd had in him. So I'm just saying. Canelo ain't never fought no murderous puncher. He didn't fought some solid punchers, but he ain't fought no murderous puncher like Artur Beterbiev. Demetrius Bivol, he could crack too. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buck. Yeah, well, if I'm Devin Haney, I'm not letting the fight with Lomachenko take place in the middle of the ring. I'ma walk Lomachenko down. I'ma force Lomachenko to try to fight backwards, which that ain't gonna work, because we all know Lomachenko can't fight going backwards. When I say I'm gonna make the Lomachenko fight a rough, uncomfortable fight with Lomachenko, like I said, I'm gonna get off first. Devin Haney have enough hand speed to contend with Lomachenko, but I don't see Lomachenko stopping Devin Haney. But we'll see if that fight even get made. Like I said, if he isn't ready, he better make himself ready. But like I said, I'm gonna help Bill prepare for that fight. I'm gonna watch Lomachenko's previous fights, the fights that even Lomachenko won that he struggled in, but I'm gonna watch the 2 fights that he lost. I mean, we could all agree that Alito ain't a more skillful fighter than Devin Haney. I mean, we can all agree on that. All he did was rough Lomachenko up. That's all he did. He just roughed Lomachenko up for like 12 rounds. And as you can see, Lomachenko couldn't handle it. Now, I will say, I think it was in the 12th round, he did land something and he almost stopped Salido, but too little, too late. It was too little, too late. So, the thing is with Devin Haney, there's going to be a time in the fight that Lomachenko going to have his moments. But once again, you're going to have to make adjustments. It's not going to be a 12 round shutout. We all know Lomachenko going to have his moments. The thing is, don't crack. Even if Lomachenko start getting off, Devin got to clinch, slow down his momentum. One of the things that a lot of fighters make a mistake in doing, that I guess they pride get in the way, they don't like to clinch. You know, when they start getting tagged, they start having that Colgate smile on their face, and then they start so they start having that Colgate smile on their face, as if, and then they start shaking their head. Oh, you didn't hurt me. Nah, like I said, Devin Haney is gonna have to beat Lomachenko physically and mentally. Like I said, Lomachenko is gonna have his moments in the fight. You've seen what happened with Teofimo. It looked like Teofimo was on the verge of getting stopped, but he pulled it together. You know what I'm saying? He manned up, he dug deep. So like I said, there are gonna be times where Devin Haney in that fight, he gonna have to dig deep. Don't abandon the game plan. Lomachenko is gonna land a surprise punch sometime in that fight. So when Lomachenko lands his lead left, what Devin Haney needs to do is jump back, come back in, use the jab, and start hitting him to the body. Clinch him. Get physical. I know about Lomachenko's shoulder injury, but he's saying he's ready to go. So, you know, I ain't trying to hear none of that stuff. I mean, we all can sit here and speculate. Like I told you, bro, it's like this. Either Bob Arum sees something that Lomachenko might could exploit in Devin Haney, or he ready to send Lomachenko packing. Because keep in mind, Lomachenko accused Bob Arum of trying to sabotage him. But I like that fight, man. I like that damn fight. We all wonder, is Devin ready? Well, do you remember that classic line from New Jack City? When Ice-T told Chris Rock, you better be ready. So Devin, he better be ready. I'm cool with his dad, but like I said, I'ma help Bill and Devin get ready for this fight if it happens. Why fight Lomo for no belt? Well, here's the thing. Ryan Garcia not available. Teofimo says not right now. All the belt guys are saying not right now. So what are you supposed to do? Look, if Lomachenko loses to Devin Haney, the people that don't like Devin Haney, they're going to say, well, you know, Lomachenko was coming off a loss anyway. At the end of the day, it don't matter whether he was coming off a win or coming off a loss. People going to find something to bitch about, especially when it comes to a fighter like Devin Haney. You can't sit up there and say, why fight for no belt when there ain't no, like, well, who is he supposed to fight that got a belt when all the belt holders don't want to fight the dude? You can't make nobody fight you that got a belt if they don't want to fight you. Ryan Garcia, he said he not never gonna fight Devin Haney. I mean, you could, Lomachenko's supposed to have this high name value, which, like I said, I never thought Lomachenko was what they made him out to be. I saw flaws in him in several fights. Me, myself, I told Bill that they should eventually set up a fight with Rolly. Rolly keep calling him out, but they don't believe that Floyd is going to give them Rolly. So like I said, as far as him fighting Lomachenko got name value. He climbing up the ladder. He's climbing up that ladder. Now, myself, do I think they should give Lomachenko a tune-up fight and then fight Devin Haney? Absolutely. I'm okay with that. So at least if he gets the tune-up fight and then he already know if he goes right into a fight with Devin Haney and he loses, then people go be like, oh, well, Devin Haney fought a dude coming off a shoulder injury, blah, blah, blah. So we already know the excuse is going to fly. But if you saying, yeah, give Lomachenko a tune-up fight and then Devin Haney, absolutely. I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that. You absolutely right. But it come down to Bob. Like I said, I think Bob is pissed at Lomachenko because Lomachenko accused him of trying to sabotage him. But in actuality, Lomachenko sabotaged himself because he didn't do nothing for like the first 7 rounds. So you need to look in the mirror and be like, well, what did I do? You did absolutely nothing for the first seven rounds except backpedal and barely attempted to throw a fight, and that's why you lost the damn fight, buddy. That's it. That's all. I mean, it's just common sense. Most of us all saw what happened. You can't give nobody a fight unless you just a crooked judge. You can't give nobody a fight that clearly lost the first 7 rounds. Look, if you lose the first 7 rounds of a fight, unless you do something dramatic, the next 5 rounds, you gonna lose the damn fight. You already then lost the fight if you lost the first 7 rounds. Lomachenko lost the first 7 rounds. He already was in the hole. He already by the 8th round needed a damn knockout or at least a knockdown in every round, or maybe 2 knockdowns in every round to even get a draw or possibly win the fight. So what are we missing here, ladies and gentlemen? What are we missing here? That's fact. We all saw what happened. Now, he said that his shoulder was this, his shoulder was that. Look, at the end of the day, to a certain degree, I'm kind of over this stuff about shoulder injuries and all. I'm not trying to hear that. Because at the end of the day, you signed a damn contract. You went through with the fight. So obviously, you was healthy enough to get your ass in the ring and fight. So to a certain degree, I don't be trying to hear that stuff. And to a certain degree, fans don't be wanting to hear that stuff, except for the diehards of the dude that probably lost. And that's why I was so pissed at Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao, when he lost, he had all this, he came up with every excuse in the book why he lost, instead of just taking his loss like a man. You got beat. That was the end of the story. You should have just said, hey, I want a rematch. I promise I'll do better. You had all these damn excuses why you lost the fight. Nobody wasn't trying to hear that shit. Okay? Nobody. So I'm just keeping it a buck. All right, Joe. Yeah, hold on right quick. Give me 1 second. I'm finna talk about that right quick too. Then I gotta talk about Claressa Shields. Good Lord, Claressa. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, okay, so yeah, I'm back now. So, all right, let me talk about Canelo and his fans right quick, and then I got to get to Carissa Shields, because Carissa Shields, she, oh my goodness. Okay, so as far as Canelo fans go, you really start to see the fanboy in them, because they just making up every excuse in the book. They talk about Yildirim was the mandatory. Okay, yeah, he was the handpicked mandatory that Canelo asked to fight, who was coming off a loss. How are you the mandatory and you lost your last damn fight? So I need somebody to explain that to me. He wasn't a legitimate mandatory anyway. Okay? So, to be honest with you, the fix was in anyway. Canelo picked that dude. He asked. And then when people saw that joke of a fight, so like I said before, I don't give a damn about no Canelo fans being mad. That fight was a joke. It was a joke. The man didn't even put forth an effort. I mean, for real, man, just stop it. Man didn't even put, he didn't even put up a fight. Like, man, stop it with that, man. Stop it with that bullshit, man. Because ain't nobody trying to hear it. Everybody, man, shit, the fix was in. Yeah, I said it. I don't give a damn about no Eddie Hearn or no, that, like, for real. It's always something weird with Canelo. Like I said, it's always something weird with this dude. How you an all-time great and you, like I said before, how you an all-time great and you attached to cheating? They didn't just totally dismiss the fact that this man got 2 failed drug tests. But Floyd, who never got caught, who they blew that IB shit out of proportion. Everybody tried to discredit him, but Canelo got a flat-out failed drug test, but everybody tried to discredit Floyd. How does that work? And Billy Joe Saunders did pop dirty. Not to mention he is scumbag. For real. So how does that work? I'm just waiting for somebody to explain that to me. How does that work? You didn't got popped. That shit turned up in your system, no matter how many excuses you want to make about the meat and all that type of shit. What do the NFL tell people when they test positive for a performance enhancing drug? You responsible for what go in your body. So that's all I'm saying. Who was messing with an underage girl? What you talking about? I mean, that's all I'm saying. And then they tried to make like this fight with him and Billy Joe Saunders is a celebrated, decorated fight. Billy Joe Saunders is a 60-degree scumbag. What's up? I mean, he is a universal scumbag. For real. This is the dude that made a video telling you how to, telling you to basically slap your spouse up. And he didn't get near the feedback that, man, I'm telling you right now. Why didn't all these sanctioned bodies have something to say about him doing that? But they talked about they're going to run an investigation with Wilder saying he want to catch a body. This man made a video talking about, well, if she gets first of all, you a professional boxer. But once again, you got all these self-righteous boxing fans that got something to say about any black fighter that do something. And that's why I be telling them to go, for real. That's why I be telling them to go to hell. Get out of here. You always try to switch the narrative. You always try to push the goalposts back. I'm in this baloney, I would say, forever? Yeah, forever. They always try to push the damn goalposts back. Hey, they didn't even move the goalposts back. They put the motherfucker outside of the football stadium. They push it. They moved the motherfucker out of the damn stadium into the parking lot. Like I said, you got Canelo who then got caught, been suspended, and really he should have got suspended for like damn near a year. But then when Floyd and this so-called IB shit came up, which by the way the Manny Pacquiao camp was notified, they made this look like this was some kind of scandal. But we all know why that is. We know why that is. Don't take a rocket scientist to figure out why that was. So, you know. But yeah, Canelo being this celebrated Mexican boxer, man, please stop it. This man done made up several weight classes. He done made up his weight classes. This man done weight pimped you. I mean, for real, man, just stop it, man. Just stop it with this BS, man. I'm just telling the truth, man, on some real shit. I'm just telling the damn truth. Need to be said. For real. Okay, so all right, man. I know Claressa Shields fight tomorrow, but Claressa Shields is really going to turn people off to her. And she gonna put herself in a position where people ain't gonna want to fuck with her. She need to quit running her damn mouth so much. She be saying some off the wall shit to where you just be scratching your head like, why you gotta say this stuff, Claressa? You better than that. I wish she would stop like being on this feminist shit. It ain't a good look and it need to be said. I don't give a damn about Claressa Shields getting mad at me. I'm not gonna do an interview with Town Business. So fucking what? I don't give a shit. Long as nobody don't sneak up behind me and try to sucker punch me. Allegedly. I'll be okay. You know, as long as nobody don't try to sucker punch me and hit me in the back of the head when I ain't looking and run off like a bitch. But yeah, I said it. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Look, let me explain something to you. We all support Claressa Shields, but her getting on Fox News talking this stuff about sexism is holding her back and 98% of the men in boxing can't beat her. What the fuck is you talking about? Stop it. And all these dudes that helped Claressa, that sparred with her, that showed her love, but then here she go, throwing the brothers under the bus, calling out Keith Thurman, a two-time champion. That's so disrespectful for Keith Thurman, trying to emasculate Keith Thurman and trying to punk Keith Thurman. Because we all know that if that fight happened, we know what the end result gonna be. Okay? She's saying 98% of all boxers can't beat her. What is she talking about? Like 10th graders or something? Yeah, they probably can't. Because I know she ain't talking about no professional. Now, of course, I'm going to get called misogynistic, but at the end of the day, Claressa Shields is the one being sexist, talking about that. Come on, Claressa, stop it. Stop it. So you mean to tell me, since she's saying 98% of the boxers that's out now can't beat her. Okay. So you mean to tell me if Claressa Shields, after this fight, if she, let's just say she's saying all boxers, no matter what weight class. So you mean to tell me if you lined up Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, Arthur Beterbiev, Canelo, Jamal Charlo, Tank Davis, Mikey Garcia, Dimitri Bivol, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. So you said if I lined up all those 10 fighters to fight Claressa Shields, you mean to tell me she'd beat 9 of them? Stop it. Stop it. That's just so disrespectful, talking that, like, for real. She gon' make people not want to deal with her. You can buy it, Davis. Go ahead. I'm just saying Claressa need to stop it before, like I said before, people like just cut her off and be like, I'm cool. You sitting up saying, like I said, I have my issues with Al Haymon. I've made that very vocal. I've said the problems that I have with Al Haymon. Okay, you saying that Al Haymon is sexist because they ain't signed a female boxer? Well, okay. Top Rank got that lady, Michaela, I forgot what her name is. Okay, how come he ain't signed you? How come you ain't called Top Rank out for not signing you? How come you ain't called Eddie Hearn out for not signing you? Okay, Oscar got Franchon Cruz Dezern. Okay, that's cool. I'm leaving Oscar out of this. But you just gonna call out Al Haymon. One thing about me, I done called out all of them. I done called out Eddie Hearn. I done called out Bob Arum. I done called out Al Haymon. I done called out Golden Boy. But you sitting up here talking this feminist talk. At the end of the day, you want the credit, but you don't want to put in the work. Just get out there and revolutionize women's boxing. Bro, honest, it ain't nothing wrong with promoting the fight, but don't sit up there talking this you want to fight a man stuff. Because at the end of the day, you the one that's being divisive. Like I said, a lot of dudes support Claressa Shields. But like I said, here's the thing. Claressa Shields got to understand something. Claressa Shields got to understand something. You got to put in your work. You got to carry your weight. Claressa Shields got to understand. Can you bring, like I said, you make your money by like selling tickets. Can Claressa Shields, after this fight, can Claressa Shields go to Dallas? Now that Texas is completely open, pretty much, can Claressa Shields pack Cowboy Stadium? Can she pack the American West Airlines? You gotta bring all that into the equation. Let's be honest. Once again, you gotta put in your work. Serena and them, the Williams sisters got to where they are because they put in the work. They got their asses on the tennis court and performed. They wasn't even doing much talking. They dominated. And that's all Claressa Shields got to do. You didn't hear the Williams sisters always saying, well, We could beat any man out there and all that kind of stuff. We want to constantly play men. And it's happened. But that's why they have women's tennis and men's tennis. And they were selling tickets. People was coming to see them. That's what Claressa Shields got to do. This ain't got nothing to do with her being no woman. She need to stop doing that shit. She being divisive. I don't appreciate her trying to emasculate another black man. You calling out Keith Thurman. Why don't you call out Manny Pacquiao? Why don't you call out Canelo? You sitting up saying how good Canelo is. And see, that's the thing. It's something else she did that I found out bothered me. Keep in mind, Claressa Shields had all the brothers going after Steve Kim when Steve Kim was saying that suspect racist stuff to Claressa Shields. We went after Steve Kim and told him, don't do that. But then Claressa Shields, from what I heard, she recently was on some show. And once again, somebody that wasn't black was trying to disrespect her. And the dude went off on the person. And then Claressa Shields got mad at the black person that was defending her and said, you need to stop race baiting. I'm like, uh-oh. So I hope she not going down that road. Because if she goes down that road, I can't support her. I want her to do good because she's a black woman. But when you try to attack and diss and emasculate and try to call yourself trying to punk other black men for the sake of notoriety, you going about it the wrong way. That's not cool, and I'm going to call you out. The same way I'll call out these male boxers when they be on some bullshit, she going to get called out too. So I have to call her out. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about her saying, oh, I'm not going to do an interview with Town Business. All right, fine. I'll live. I'll be all right. You don't have to bring that stuff to boxing. And like I said, she did the interview with Fox, of all people. And we all know Fox is anti-nigga. We all know Fox is anti-nigga. Roger Ailes, rest in piss. Okay? His whole moniker was demonize the brothers. Demonize them people. And you know who he referred to. So you doing an interview with Fox who you know is anti-black. I can't let her live if she did. I can't let her live. She can live all she wants, but don't throw the brothers under the bus. Don't throw these black fighters under the bus that just showed you love and backed you up. And talking about the sexism in boxing, nobody don't want to hear that stuff. Because let's just face the fact. Okay, here's the thing. They say it's more women than men. Before the pandemic, why wasn't you packing arenas? You was fighting in small venues. So where's the support for the ladies? Why you talking all this feminism shit? And that's why I say all them groups like Me Too and Time's Up, they full of shit. They don't give a damn about women's sports. Why ain't they buying the tickets? Once again, the same thing with the WNBA when them chicks were saying we should get paid as much as men. No, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't. Why do you think you should get paid as much as the men? Once again, who buying your jerseys? Who buying your shoes? Are you filling up arenas? Them damn WNBA games be lucky if they have 5,000 people in attendance. In arenas that hold anywhere from 20 to anywhere from 16 to 20,000 people. It's called carrying your weight. And that's the only, like I said, I got love for Claressa, but stop doing that feminist shit. Because like I said, yeah, she showed the brothers love, but don't throw the brothers under the bus. Don't be talking about that. Not, and I don't want to hear this stuff about she just trying to, she just saying she got confidence. Didn't Floyd get ripped to shreds, even though he didn't say nothing? Don't you remember when they was trying to encourage Ronda Rousey to fight Floyd Mayweather? That's all I'm saying. So now we trying to pull that shit. No, I ain't trying to hear that. Like I say, I got love for Carissa, but she got to stop doing that. That's not cool. Put in the work hard, revolutionize women's boxing. Let's just face the fact. Nobody really ain't checking for it like that. It's been around forever. Even Layla Ali couldn't make it mainstream. Even when Layla Ali was fighting, nobody didn't care. Layla Ali wasn't packing 20, you know what I'm saying? 15, 20,000 people in arenas. So let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it real. That's all I'm saying. I know it's gonna be backlash, and I know people, like I said, I'll be all right. I'll live. Just say it. Just stop it. Just stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Just keep winning. Keep winning. It's more than what. It's just so many ways you can market your brand instead of like trying to make this a battle of the sexes. We don't need that in boxing. We don't need that in boxing, because let's just be honest. In most cases, if these women tried to fight those elite fighters, like I said, do you really think, like I said before, do you think any female boxer could beat Deontay Wilder in a fight? In an actual fight, if they said, don't hold back. Can we be honest? That's all I'm saying. Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. Now, that being said, like I said, I'm good. I had to get that off my chest because that needed to be said. I already know somebody gonna go to Carissa Shields. Oh, Tam Bennett was talking about you. I don't get, like I said, I'll be all right. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. Carissa Shields only got 2 knockouts out of 10 fights. I'm a realist here. I don't sugarcoat nothing. Who she gonna beat? Who she gonna knock out? I keep trying to tell you, women don't want to see women getting beat up. When people watch Amanda Nunes fight, those are men that go fill up the stadiums. Ain't no women feeling, even if she is the main event. Women ain't packing these arenas to see women beat the shit out of each other. Just stop it with that. Because at the end of the day, for the most part, out of every 10 women, maybe 3 of them may like sports. I say 4. So you know what I'm saying? You're not going to have a mass amount of women coming to see sporting events anyway. So I'm just saying, it's more women than men. If they really cared about the sports, then these arenas, like I said, if women was really into sports and they was on that women's live and support women rights, the WNBA games every fucking WNBA game would be standing room only. So there you have it. Drop the mic. Boom. Another Tam Bennett production. I'm out.